Russia is fiercely tightening its grip on the conflict in Ukraine, bouncing back from its initial heavy losses with a wave of formidable technological advancements. In the opening rounds of the war, Ukrainian forces delivered a crushing blow to Russian armor, destroying scores of tanks and staggering the invaders. Yet, as the conflict grinds into its second year, the bear has shifted gears dramatically. Now, Russia is deploying state-of-the-art weaponry that's dramatically intensifying the pressure on Ukrainian defenders. Recent footage from Russian telegram channels has revealed a rare variant of the BMP-3 infantry fighting vehicle on the Ukrainian front lines. This model is fortified with additional explosive reactive armor, or ERA, marking a significant escalation in its defensive capabilities. Equipped with the 4S-24 ERA kits, these BMP-3s are engineered to neutralize threats from lighter vehicles. This cutting-edge armor technology can trigger a counter-explosion that intercepts incoming anti-tank projectiles before they can pierce the vehicle's hull, effectively stopping the damage of an explosion with another detonation. With these critical upgrades, Russian armored forces are mounting a formidable challenge against the Ukrainian military. Yet the Ukrainians might still have a few surprises left to counter Russia's latest tactical move. Since the beginning of the conflict in Ukraine, Russia has been grappling with significant challenges in safeguarding its tanks and armored vehicles from Ukrainian onslaughts due to a lethal mix of technological shortcomings, tactical blunders, and the potent use of Ukrainian anti-tank weapons. Russia's losses have been staggering since the invasion kicked off in February 2022. The International Institute for Strategic Studies reports that Russia has hemorrhaged at least 3,000 tanks in its Ukraine campaign. By early 2024, the tide of battle saw even more severe attrition, with Ukrainian forces annihilating 365 main battle tanks and 700 additional armored vehicles in the fierce clashes since October 2023. Several critical factors have fueled these devastating losses. Primarily, Ukrainian forces have leveraged Western-supplied anti-tank guided missiles like the Javelin and NLAWs, expertly exploiting the weaker top armor of Russian tanks. These weapons have been highly effective, catching Russian armored columns off guard due to insufficient flank security and inadequate infantry cover. Furthermore, the tactical approach of Russian forces has often been found wanting. Reports highlight that Russian tank units have regularly ventured into battle without adequate reconnaissance or electronic warfare backups, leaving them prone to ambushes and deadly anti-tank squads. Notably, in the brutal encounters near towns like Avdiivka and Mariupol, Russian armored units face severe losses, caught in exposed maneuvers under relentless Ukrainian artillery barrages and ATGM strikes. In a bid to stem these losses, Russia has cranked up its production of tanks and armored vehicles. Uralgovonsavod, the primary tank manufacturer, has boosted its output to at least 100 main battle tanks per month, aiming to swiftly replenish and refine the machines on the front lines. In 2023 alone, Russia rolled out 1,500 new tanks to replace the war-torn armor lost in Ukraine. However, increasing production will not be enough if Russia cannot keep its armored vehicles from being destroyed once they are on the field. Despite a rocky start in the conflict, recent evaluations reveal that the Russian armed forces have significantly enhanced several key military capabilities amidst the ongoing war in Ukraine. One striking area of advancement is the modernization and mobilization of military resources. Russia has notably cranked up its defense industry's engine, significantly boosting tank and armored fighting vehicle production. Moreover, Russian military tactics have undergone a transformation aimed at reducing the vulnerability of its armored units and ramping up artillery effectiveness. Innovations include deploying thermal camouflage on vehicles and fine-tuning artillery operations to increase responsiveness and mobility. Additionally, the deployment of 4S-24 explosive reactive armor kits for many of its armored vehicles stands as a powerful tool against Ukraine's anti-tank measures, particularly those that deploy shape charges such as rocket-propelled grenades or RPGs and anti-tank guided missiles or ATGMs. These kits consist of modules attached to the exterior of a vehicle, each filled with explosive material sandwiched between two metal plates. When a shaped charge hits one of these modules, the outer plate is penetrated, igniting the explosive. This causes the plates to rapidly push apart, with the outer plate moving toward the incoming warhead and the inner plate moving in the opposite direction. This explosive action disrupts the formation of the high-speed metal jet that the warhead uses to penetrate armor. By interfering with the jet's formation, the ERA reduces its ability to breach the vehicle's primary armor. While ERAs like the 4S-24 are highly effective against specific threats, they have limitations. They are less effective against kinetic energy penetrators and newer tandem warhead ATGMs, which use a preliminary charge to activate the ERA before the main charge strikes. Despite these limitations, the use of 4S24 ERA kits is a practical method for enhancing armor protection without significantly increasing the weight of the vehicle, although they pose a risk to nearby infantry and can only withstand a single hit in each protected spot. In September 2022, Russian JSC Kalashnikov concern, a major weapons manufacturer, announced it was developing a reactive armor kit for the BMP-3 Infantry Fighting Vehicle, or IFV. This kit, weighing in at 4.4 tons, is designed to shield the turret and hull's front projection from rocket-propelled grenades, ATGMs, 14 5mm bullets, and autocannon fire up to 30mm. This initiative taps into early 2010s innovations from the OKR Carcass 2 project, aiming to quickly equip the BMP-3 with a reactive armor system. One specific adaptation involved the installation of the 4S24 reactive armor kit, tailored for light armored vehicles. Recently, the fruits of these efforts have surfaced on the Ukrainian warfront. A rarely seen variant of the BMP-3 has been documented near the battlefield, as revealed in footage from Russian Telegram channels. This updated model features additional explosive reactive armor, significantly boosting its defensive prowess. Experts confirmed that the BMP-3 has been fortified with the 4S24 ERA kits. The 4S24 system provides protection against shape charges, comparable to the 4S20 contact ERA, but with half the explosive content. Russian sources boast that the Carcass 2 dynamic protection system effectively prevents detonation transfer between its elements, offering essential defense against the lethal reach of cumulative jets from anti-tank systems. The technology is worrisome for Ukraine and its Western allies if implemented extensively, as it would dramatically reduce the number of anti-tank options available to Ukrainian armed forces and force them to resort to different, perhaps less effective solutions. While the BMP-3 now sports 4S24 blocks along its sides and front, these upgrades still suffer from one Achilles heel. They fall short of protecting against the growing threat of Ukrainian kamikaze drones, which could now become Ukraine's trump card as the situation worsens. Already an iconic piece of Ukrainian military hardware, explosive drones, also known as loitering munitions or kamikaze drones, are emerging as a potent method to potentially circumvent explosive reactive armor systems like the 4S24. These drones, which carry explosive payloads and can be deliberately crashed into targets, combine the capabilities of UAVs and missiles. They are particularly effective due to their ability to precisely target vulnerable areas of a vehicle that ERA may not protect, such as roof hatches or the less armored rear sections. Drones can attack from overhead, exploiting the thinner top armor of tanks and armored vehicles. Their ability to loiter allows them to strike at the most opportune moment, perhaps when a vehicle is stationary or its defensive readiness is compromised. Moreover, using multiple drones in a coordinated attack can saturate a target's defensive systems. Even if some drones are intercepted or destroyed, others may successfully reach their target, especially if the vehicle has already used its ERA tiles in response to earlier strikes. The cost-effectiveness of drones also plays a significant role. They are generally less expensive than traditional missile systems and can be deployed in larger numbers, enhancing their ability to overcome defensive measures through volume. Additionally, drones can be used innovatively in combination with other attack methods. For instance, a drone might be used to activate the ERA, clearing the way for a subsequent strike by a more conventional anti-tank missile against the now unprotected armor. As drone technology continues to advance and proliferate, Russia will have to find new solutions and technologies capable of protecting its armored vehicles from this growing threat. The ERA-protected BMP-3 is a step in the direction of what Russia sees as a triumph, but they will need a lot more if they want to continue to gain control over the war-torn territories of Ukraine.